gentlemen, sinners, saints. Put your drinks down for half a second. Light whatever you brought with you. Cigars, smokes, joints, coffee, whiskey. I don't judge. You didn't come here for fairy tales. You came for truth, steel, and motor oil. This ain't clickbait. This ain't influencer nonsense. This is real biker news told by a man who's lived it, seen it, and survived it. From the streets to the clubhouse, from the old guard to the new blood. Welcome to Biker News Canada. And the man behind the curtain, the voice they don't want quiet, the pen that wrote Playpen, the mind that never shut off, Bob Jarvie. So sit back. Let the truth hit harder than a straight pipe at midnight. And remember, once you hear it here, you can't unhear it. Now here is Bob.
Hey guys, how is everyone out there today? Another new intro song. What do you guys think about that one? That one was wicked. I dig it. I got to figure. And now Nomadic sent me a clip too, and then today I couldn't find it, of course. I can't remember if you emailed it. Did you email it, bro? Did you put on Facebook Messenger? I can't remember. Anyways, let me know when I'll find it, because I want to put one of them on, the clean one, the last one you sent me. It was a good one. In the meantime, good evening, Nomadic. Fuck, my mic's way up there. Sorry, guys. Fucking mic's 100 miles away. So, good evening, Nomadic. Good evening, Scrap Iron Brother. Good evening, Bill. How are you, bro? Maybe we'll do the part 2 this week, bro, and knock that off if you got time. K. Wayne, good to see you, my friend. How are you, brother? And we got Rob in the house. Good to see you tonight, Rob. And Barbie's here. How are you, Barbie? Good to see you. K. Wayne saying hi to everyone. Good, good. Good, good, good. And SNS in the house. Good to see you tonight, SNS. And do what he said. Hit that like button for me tonight, everybody. We got to get lots of likes happening these days. Your email. Okay, bro, I'll find it. I found it once, and I watched both of them, so I'll find it, bro. I just couldn't find it this time in my email, but I'll find it. It's got to be in there. TRC, how are you today? Somebody sent me something through Instagram. Was that you? It was actually a sad story. It was an obit for somebody from a club out your way. I'll see if I can dig it up here. And in the meantime, guys, don't forget, if you haven't got it yet, you got to get this book. Get a hold of me on social media messaging. My preference is Facebook Messenger. Get a hold of me. I will sign the copy, send it to you. I'll send you the book, and we'll throw in one of these cool patches for $40, or the book alone for $30, whatever you prefer. Let me know what you like, and if you're stateside or whatever the case may be, and you have a hard time sending payment, then it's on Amazon. You put One Night at the Playpen right in the search bar, and you will find it. So that was you, was it, TRC? Well, my condolences to the club and to you. Now I got to see if I can find it. Oh, and big breaking news. I think I figured out my AdSense today. I told it to give me a new account and told it to make it for the YouTube channel. I think I finally hit the right buttons, man. So hopefully this week we're going to start off with some memberships. That'd be fucking wicked. I would be a happy man. Okay, where am I? So that was you. I want to put that up for you if I can get my Instagram. fucking found here. Instagram, log in. Where are you? I had it open on the PC for a while. I don't know why it's closed, but there it is. There it is. Oh, wait, maybe that isn't it. Randall, is that you, Randall? It's not the same message I was talking about, though. Man, oh, I know why, because it's in my messages part. Let me have a little look through here. Where did I find messages part? There they are. There they are. So, yeah, again, my condolences to the club. There it is. Izzy, and ride free, Izzy. Ride free, my friend. I'm sorry to hear about your passing. He's a big fella. 61. A bit older than me. He got some miles on in his life. Sorry to see people in their last shape. I won't put that on the screen. And his brother saying goodbye, which is always an emotional fucking day. So, again, my condolences to you and your club. It's hard to see that stuff, but if it's medical or something like that, it's not as bad as something else. You know what I mean? So, he's got his morals and he got to live his life. At least there's that. Gary's in the house. Good evening, Gary. Post their taxes. Good to see you tonight. And this should be an interesting conversation, man. Okay, I'm going to get that off the screen. Again, much condolences. And I'm glad to see the club out there and doing their thing and showing their love and all the stuff that you're supposed to do for a fallen brother. And Veronez, good to see you. Good evening. Veronez Boyce, sorry. Good to see you. Thanks for popping in this evening. Again, anytime you see me live, feel free to drop on in the comments, in the chat, and give your 2 cents. So because I've got probably just as many people from America as I do from Canada in my chat, this is going to be an interesting conversation. Because I want to know what everybody thinks about, because Trump's already mentioned Canada once. And I've come to believe with Mr. Trump that if he says something, he means it. It's in his mind. So if he hasn't talked about Canada for a while, doesn't mean he's forgotten about it. The 51st state business and all that, and they're kind of helping the Alberta separatist movement financially and stuff from different people in the states. I'm not saying the government is, but different white right-wing organizations in the states. Oh, you're down in Brazil. Fuck, that's a long way from Belleville, man. That's the way to do it. Fucking 12 months a year of riding. Good for you. But, yeah, we seen what he did with Venezuela. No congressional fucking approval. The drug story's a big line of bullshit. Drugs don't get made or processed or anything. They might travel through Venezuela because it's in the route, you know what I mean? But he's not in there worrying about drugs. Give me a break. He's already said it a million times. And somebody put it in his head that the oil was stolen. He wants the fucking oil. He wants the oil. The Monroe Doctrine, that would align with the overall goal. If the Monroe Doctrine means we got to go and beat up that country and change the leadership so we can have their oil for cheap, that would align with it. You know? So Loud's in the house too from North Carolina. Good to see you, brother. Thanks for dropping in. I'm a little bit concerned about it because the one thing is that Canada has more of than probably most countries in the rest of the world. Forget the oil. Oil's whatever. You can find oil. But fresh water. We got all the fresh water, man. All the clean, fresh, drinkable water. is up here in Canada, man. Because if Putin changed the power dynamic in Europe, Trump suddenly wants to bring himself protecting the Western Hemisphere. Yeah, that's a scary fucking thought, man. Fuck. I don't want him protecting nothing of mine. I just want him to go the fuck away. Do your fucking last term here and go back to Mar-a-Lago and retire with the rest of the old pricks. All Canadians should be in high alert. That's what Barbie says. He wants our oil, yes, and our rare earth, yes, and our water. Oh, yeah, and our lumber. Let's not forget our lumber. Yes, see, that's what I'm thinking like, Barbie. I'm thinking like you are, man. Don't trust the man. Never did. And we got too much shit he wants. That's not good. We got Craig in the house, too. Good to see you tonight, Craig. Always a pleasure, my brother. I don't think he would come in here militarily, but hey, you never fucking know, right? You never know. They've had a warrant for him for 2020. Yeah, Chavez stole U.S. oil company. That was it. Chavez stole it. And then they had another election that they liked the guy. And then this guy came in and kicked that president out and did a coup. And he's been president since. So I know it's not really, like, it's nowhere near a democratic country. And it's not a free country by any means. But, you know, let's face it. He didn't go in there out of concern for the civilians of Venezuela, I think. Venezuela, one step in the ocean shield mechanism. I don't even know what that is, bro. You know, in all the list of the countries he wants to have a piece of, Canada's way up there in the amount of oil we have, too. So I think he's doing it quietly right now because we're having a hard time up here economically. We really are. And with America being our biggest trading partner of anything that we do happen to manufacture up here, which is getting smaller and smaller list all the time, most of it gets sold to the States. But not so much anymore with the tariffs and shit, right? The idea that our oceans are our main defense against invasion. Yeah, well, that is basically because you can see anyone coming across the ocean to come fuck around. So you got warning, and you can take them off out there, right? Out at sea. You don't even have to let any conflict come onto land over here. That's always been our saving grace, especially for North America. The lumber is owned by the Chinese in the gold mine in Quebec. Hey, Mr. Green Thumb, how are you, bro? I know, and I think the Chinese are going to end up with our rare earth minerals too, bro. I really do. They're fucking good at, and they're good at buying a company up, and you don't know who bought it until it's too late. And it turns out it was the Chinese government, which is whatever. I don't mind as long as they don't start fucking getting pushy over here, which they do, and they have, and they will again. Carney and Brookfield own refineries in Venezuela. That's interesting. Carney doesn't own refineries. He might own a piece of a trust fund that owns refineries and pipelines, bro, but Carney doesn't own fuck all. He owns a fund. Or he's part of a fund, I think. He doesn't really own all this shit. Where are we at? Grant. Danielle Smith will give him the fucking keys. She will, Barbie. She will. I think it's going to be a shit show. Like I said, I don't think it'll be a military thing. I think he'll break us if he can financially. And then, you know, find another way to do it. Oh, thank you, Craig. Yeah, I got to wait on the next. You know what? I do have a next one. It's in the can. I wrote it already. But I got to finish it and make it better. And it's about the good parts of being, I wrote it to be the good parts of being in a 1% motorcycle club. Like the club makes you a better man. It does. It really does in a lot of cases, because you wake up in the morning thinking that you're representing something that's bigger than yourself, et cetera, et cetera. The club makes you more responsible. The club helps you with employment if you need so, et cetera, et cetera. So I wrote a whole book about the good parts of being in the club. I just got to finish it up and get it out there. But I appreciate that, Craig. That's good. It gives me some fire under me to finish the second book up and get it out there. They wouldn't be able to make sustainable landfall. Exactly, right? Exactly. We got Travis in the house. Good to meet you, Travis. I don't know if you've been in the chat before, but thanks for dropping in tonight. Anytime you see us live, bro, you're more than welcome to drop on in and give your opinion. I'm ready to be American. Yeah, that's true. I know it's so true. And so that's it. I'm split on it too. Because I'd fucking love to be able to cruise all through and down to Texas and everywhere and not have to fuck around at some stupid border. And I'd love to be there. But then there's so many other parts of it, and it's the bigger parts of it, right? The healthcare, the education, all that stuff. And they're privatizing as much as they can down there. We can't afford any more privatization. We can't fucking afford to pay for any more than we already do. We can't even afford to have to pay for what we have to, mortgages and bills, right? What if we had to pay for our kids to go to grade 6, 7, and 8? What if we had to pay for every time we went to the fucking doctor? You know what I mean? Like fucking... So there's so many things on both sides of the coin, right? And it's a fucking weird shit, right? Yeah, exactly. Somebody rich adopt me. Or we're all going to have to pack up and move to some little fucking place down in the Caribbean. We'll be able to fucking ride around in circles on a little island. That'd be all right. No, Grow. Good to see you tonight, brother. Thanks for dropping by. Oh, how do I say your name, bro? Obviously an Albozo Biker channel. Oh, well, I guess I don't have to worry about your name. Why don't we'll do what Stax does. You don't like ye? Well, then fucking beat it, bud. How would that be? Doingy. There we go. That was a lot easier. Just fucking come over here shooting insults first thing out of your mouth. Fuck off. That's what I say. The Democrats went from no kings to supporting a dictator in 3 months. Yeah, but see, Gary, I think that's kind of a way to say it that makes people not look, it doesn't make them look at how they really think, man. It's they're not supporting a dictator. They're just opposing the way it's being done. That doesn't mean that they're supporting a dictator. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's what it means. Just a couple times. Right on, Travis. Right on, bro. So Amazon has a Bassani road rage pipes. What does that mean? Oh, pipes. I get you, bro. I'm like, what? We were talking about that the last time, man. I get you. Can still be Canadian, but American. Yeah, like I say, I could get into the prices in America, the travel through America. There's lots of parts of America I fucking 100% like. 2,500 everywhere else. Well, that's a big fucking price difference, man. Do you like that new opening? That was a pretty cool opening. Wait till you see the one that Nomadic Pirate sent me. Same bully tactics from 89 when U.S. invaded. Right. And that didn't do anything when they took Noriega. The drugs are still going through Panama. Been in the hospital lately. Big bill better than the bottom of a hole. Right. Exactly. Yeah, that's true. Oh, I guess I can't unban them. Oh, well. Fuck it. I can live with my fucking decision. Hot and cheap. Yeah. And the women, too. No, I shouldn't say that. That was just a joke. Yeah, I got him on that one, K. Wayne. I'm not fucking around with this shit anymore. If they want to give me a hard time because of which way I think politically, then don't fucking watch and I'll help you with that. Click. I think that was from the same guy who gave us the last song too. This guy's coming up with some cool stuff for me, man. I dig him. That's right. It's my house, so I don't give a fuck. Liquid, yeah, how much fucking weird shit, weird war, especially America has been in for fucking oil, right? Unbelievable. Because it doesn't matter what party it is in America. If they think that they're going to come in and march into your country and take your oil, they just fucking do it. It's not like the Democrats, after Bush started the wars in the Middle East, it's not like the Democrats came into power and shut them down. They let them go. So there's just this fucking, it doesn't matter. And shit like that, in my opinion, it doesn't matter what fucking party it is. They know what they want. They know what their supporters want, the big money supporters, and they do that. I need a new belt drive, a new back tire. Holy Christ, you need a few things, bro. Oh well, you got all winter to get her done, bro. Just unfortunately, you gotta be able to afford it. Yeah, that's the one, Barbie, that kills me too. You pardon the guy from fucking Honduras, I think it was, or Guatemala, because he didn't put him in jail. Someone else put him in jail. If he had to put him in jail, he's bad. It was just so fucking. He's got to get over that childish lean of his that anything that Biden did, he has to undo because he's released a whole bunch of fucking people and gave him pardons just because he didn't like it. It's fucking ridiculous. That crypto guy, all that bullshit. Come on now. People fucking knows. It's all on YouTube. But we controlled the drugs then via the CIA. Yeah, it could be down to that too, AK Wayne. Maybe they want back in control. It's not like the drugs are going to stop getting to North, like in America and then via America into Canada. Those aren't going to stop. Redneck Side Motorcycle Whips. Good to see you tonight, brother. Thanks for popping in. Don't forget, guys, rednecksidemotorcyclewhips.com. And 15 points off of Biker News Canada in the discount code. So go check it out, man. I'm not wrong. The price. Well, I'm thinking right now, bro, with all the uncertainty, the people in control of the numbers must be taking advantage of it. It must be expensive as fuck right now. Or it will be anyway. Well, exactly, right, Travis? It doesn't matter who's the supplier is. If there's a fucking demand, there will be a supply because there's so much money involved. You can't say no to a guy who's got no education becoming a billionaire. All he's got to do is be willing to fucking pop a few guys. You know what I mean? That's not much of a fucking thing. Obama supplied the cartels with guns. Exactly. So he was like, here, arm up. And again, that was, see, all those comments are funny because they're misleading comments, bro. He was doing it because he thought they were going to do a coup, right? He wasn't like, here, cartels, I know you're drug sellers, drug dealers, and you wipe out fucking thousands of your own people in the name of profit, have some guns. Somebody came and whispered to the CIA, who whispered to him, hey, they're going to do a fucking coup, and they need some shit, and he okayed it. Because they don't mind doing stuff like that. Yeah, and then while banning American guns, that's why they're banning guns in America. They want to ship them down there. You know, AR-15s, you can't have them. We need them over there. So we can send them backdoor like they did with that fucking all that big cocaine stuff in the 80s, right? With that movie with Tom Cruise. That all happened. That shit like that happens so much. So much. Yeah, scary. It's a uniparty. 100% when it comes to the war machine. And that's where the fucking real money comes. Yeah, the lizard people. That's so weird, hey? I wonder where that came from, the lizard people. Doesn't matter what power is in party or whether it's Bush, Clinton, Obama, Biden, or Trump. Same bullshit. Yep. That's the unfortunate part about politics, right? Same with our Canadian guys. For the most part, it doesn't matter. PC, liberal, whoever. We bounce between the two of them. My life on the ground doesn't change. They might change some small tax laws, and they might give us a break on one thing, and another guy will make you pay for another thing. But at the end of the day, they're just fucking us, right? They don't care. It's all the same at the end of the day. Our lives don't change. That's the worst part. I see nothing. Me too, bro. I didn't see it. I wasn't there. Pablo was fun. And see him talking about this fucking snowboard guys up in the level of Pablo and Chapo. Give me a break. He doesn't run. Like Pablo almost ran that country. He wasn't far off from running the country. That's what got him killed, was his foray into politics and bombing that plane. But that bombing that plane was his foray into politics. He was trying to get rid of the guy who was running against him. No, can't go fishing in Venezuela, bro. I don't think it'd be very good to be hanging around in the Caribbean right now with a fast boat. You know what I mean? I bet you the fucking Coast Guard will be on every fast boat in the Caribbean these days. Monroe Doctrine was more European countries setting up colonies in Central America. Oh, okay. See, I have no idea what that means, the Monroe Doctrine. Of course, I was asked the old Google machine, couldn't I? Don't tell me. Monroe. How come it's called that? How come it's called the Monroe Doctrine? Look at that. The fucking PC's been listening to me. I typed in MONRO and it put up the rest of it for me. Unbelievable. So, according to Wikipedia, because Wiki knows, Wiki. Trump cracked me up in that one election when he was saying, "Hey, Wiki, find me those emails." Fuck, that was funny. And then the next breath, he's like, "Well, we got to put these guys from Wiki in jail." It's the United States foreign policy position that opposes European colonialism in the Western Hemisphere. It holds that any intervention in the political affairs of the Americas by foreign powers is a potentially hostile act against the United States. The doctrine was central to American grand strategy in the 20th century. Oh, James Monroe, that's what they call it that, because he was the president who made it up. Oh, yeah, I get it. First articulated the doctrine in December 1823. Holy fuck. Like, they've been doing this. They've been around for a long time. State of the Union address. Monroe asserted that the New World and the Old World were to remain distinctly separate spheres of influence. Interesting. And because the U.S. lacked a credible navy and army at the time, the doctrine's proclamation was largely disregarded by the colonial powers. Well, I think in the other thing, it was too late. Because Spain, everyone over there speaks Spanish, right? So Spain had their way in Central America years and years and years ago. Trump is citing it for current policy. That's fucking crazy. Hey, Tommy, good to see you, bro. You been okay, man? Ain't seen you for a while, brother. I hope everything's fine with you. I hope everything's good with you, bro. Good to see you back, man. And Happy New Year and Merry Christmas and all that shit, brother. We ain't seen you for none of that. He's on a warpath. He's not playing. I think so too, man. Government doesn't want the drugs to stop. They want the appearance. Well, exactly. They can't stop the drugs. It's a fucking industry. Cops, jail guards, judges, lawyers, parole officers, bondsmen. Like, fuck, let's take a list of how many people be unemployed if that shit stops. They can't stop it. Carter was the moron that gave the Carter. Really? Oh yeah, it was him that said give it back to their country. That is strange, eh? See how much money Panama makes just from letting them boats go through that canal, man? They make a fucking shitload of money. I thought they were digging another canal through another country close to Panama because Panama's not playing nice anymore. I could have swore I read that somewhere. Warland's in the house. Good to see you tonight, brother. Hope everything's good with you, my friend. Venezuela was taking control of the oil. You got that right, bro. That's all it was. It's got nothing to do with he just had a cover story, and now he found this doctrine. He must have went on ChatGTP to find this doctrine, this Monroe Doctrine, and so that's pretty fucking close. Yeah, the Sandinistas. I mean, there used to be songs that were talking about the Sandinistas in them, remember? I think it was that Red Rider song, White Hot or something. But yeah, man, that's what they were doing. Here, you can have our machine guns, and you can pay us with that white powdery stuff. We don't care. And then from there, didn't they take it into the different hoods in LA and teach them how to cook it? And then away it went. Away it went from there. Everything's been a fucking quite a wild trip since all that shit started. Back when they were just sniffing whatever the powder was and whatever, and everybody else was doing whatever. Like, it wasn't that big of a deal, it didn't seem. And then all of a sudden they're cooking crystal, and then they're putting together this fatty stuff, and then all this other shit came along. You know what I mean? And it all started with learning how to cook that other garbage. Lizard peeps, lizard peeps. I don't know. I don't know where that lizard peeps comes from, bro. That one kills me, man. There's some YouTube videos because I don't watch TV. I just watch YouTube like everyone else, right? And these guys fucking swear that there's lizard people. They swear it. He wants Greenland and Iceland and more in Cuba. Yeah, I saw more in Cuba. I'm surprised. And when he said Cuba, he had a little twinkle in his eye. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes rolling in there next. Like, what the fuck? Vegan cannibal. You leaving, bro? You already been here, didn't you? Weren't you here at the start? Bowl him. I know, I gotta like this thing. So yeah. Yeah, Jason Monroe. No, they're saying it was this guy. Yeah, James Monroe, bro. The Monroe Doctrine. See, that's something that we don't know about in Canada. Like they wouldn't teach us that in Canadian school. It means nothing to me. But might mean something to people in America, right? But it was written in 1823. Just like that fucking thing he grasped for straws to get the illegal aliens out of the country. Some old thing from Civil War. Like, fucking, come on, man. You can go back in old laws. It's probably fucking legal to marry your cousin. Mama Iron Ranger, how are you tonight? Good to see you this evening. James, yeah, James. Yeah, that's the name, bro. Yeah, man. Wiki is getting info from the DNC. You think so, Gary? They might be. I think everything is turned crazy political now, and especially in your guys' country, man. And anything that somebody doesn't agree with, they can just say, oh, well, that party made that up, or, oh, it's AI, or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? It's easy now. Wiki, Oliver North CIA cocaine plane. Yeah, man. Yeah, they did. It's a restaurant. Did they turn the airplane into a restaurant? That's pretty crazy. Yeah, you can never shut down the industry, bro. They can't shut it down. Oh, it's Sativa Sunday. Oh, wow. Honey Badger. I got to get together with you, no, bro. I really do. Oh, are they? If they're locking the suit, that's cool. I did hear about that. It's for bigger boats, I think, Gary? I think they're going to make it for bigger boats. Oil in headlines, that's it. Because the mismanagement of the Panama Canal is going to cost about $4 trillion to fix it. Oh, wow. That's quite something, eh, Warland? But you know what? That's good for Canada. Because with the global warming did have its good points. As long as they stop letting it get warmer than where we're at now, because our countries are burning down, right, with the forest fires and all that shit. But it melted enough up north that they can get to the minerals up there now, which are good, and they can open up the northern fucking passage. And if Canada's smart, we should be the ones running the gates, and because they're coming through our water, and it's supposed to be faster than the canal anyway. So that's good. Let's let them fucking close up that canal and send the boats up through northern Canada. We're not even crumbs on the pie. You got that right, so loud. Yeah, exactly. That's all we can do, bro. Just look after ourselves and each other, right, man? Oh, yeah, there's an album called Sandinista. You're right. Yeah. And White Hot, it was selling weapons to something, but I think it was the people in Libya. What the fuck were they called back in those days? Remember Gaddafi's people and all that? They bombed the shit out of him. Remember they bombed his tents and everything and smoked one of his baby children and all that stuff? My Christ, what a crazy show. So we've been doing crazy shit for years, right? It's just never stopped. Cracking CIO insanity. It sure did, Travis, man. They were fucking wild. I can't believe they brought that that garbage into our fucking part of the world. They were completely shielded. Now, what do you guys think? Honest opinion: is Trump going to leave after this term? I don't think he's gonna. There's no way he would fucking tear down the East Wing to put up some ballroom. Who the fuck uses a ballroom if he planned on leaving? I don't think he's going anywhere. That's why he's trying to get all this shit done on the fast, so he can have everything in place, because it might be a bit of a standoff if he's on the ballot again next time, right? Who knows? Because it's pretty unpredictable down there these days. That's the one thing that you can predict, and that it's unpredictable. Because if enough guys who are running the army say, fuck this guy, and they don't agree with him or whatever, then all of a sudden we're back into an armed conflict within your own borders with all that shit going on, right? It's kind of scary. Follow the money, you got that, Mom Iron Ranger. Fucking right. It's always down to cash, which is oil, right? Thomas Jefferson actually wanted a three-party system, right? But see, Warren, we got a multi-party system in Canada, and we flip-flop between basically Dems and Republicans. We call them liberals and conservatives. They're not exactly the same, but they're close enough. And we do the same as you guys do. We go with one till we get mad at them, then we vote in the other ones till we get mad at them. Then we vote in idiots like Trudeau and keep voting him in for fucking, because he doesn't. In Canada, they can call an election before the whole four years is out. So that's what Trudeau kept doing. Anytime he thought he was slipping, he would run another election, and he ended up staying in power for 10 fucking years while he ruined our country. And he's so stupid. I don't even think he realized what he was doing was ruining our country. It's fucking, but he kept getting elected. So what are you going to do? Monroe was the 5th president, eh? Yeah. Like, that's going back some way. Hardwire, how are you, bro? Thanks for dropping in on a Sunday night, man. Good to see you. Let's see. Chill out. Nobody wants Canada. Even the Canadians don't want Canada. Freeze Fox, good to see you tonight, man. You never know. Like I say, I think he would be happy to break Canada in half and take our oil provinces. I honestly think he'd be happy to do that. He probably doesn't want the whole country. Like I said, I don't even think the people in Ottawa want the whole country, unfortunately. I bet you it's the same down in other countries too, where the country's so big and it's hard to keep everybody fucking working and everything. They put their Jesus Christ. I wish I didn't have to. You were in the hospital. I kind of had a feeling you might be getting a medical thing done. I hope it all went well for you, brother. And any day we can see in the chat, it's a good day, bro. Good for you. You've been through some shit, man. He left last time, why wouldn't he? I just don't think you okay, Wayne. Well, I think he's going to put himself on the ballot again, for one thing, which I don't think he should be there, according to what I'm understanding. But President Monroe is my neighbor, along with President Jefferson. Oh, they're in Virginia, eh? Okay. Well, Virginia's right next door to Washington, D.C. Is that not true? I think they're all down there punching. Yes, he 100% will. You saw that last time, and he did. Well, not until he had those people try to rip the fucking Capitol apart. But, you know, unless the law is changing, he can only serve this term. Yeah, but he keeps saying that there's only one thing he's got to change and blah, blah, blah. And he's hinting at it. And that's the funny thing about him. When he hints and makes jokes at stuff, I've always found that that's the shit he intends on doing. You know what I mean? Obama, yeah, they don't want Obama back. I don't even think Obama wants to come back, man. He had his shot, man. He did. He tried to get universal health care, and he didn't get it in before Republicans got a hold of fucking Congress, and they fucked it and they stomped it, and he had to put down a watered down version of it that isn't working the way he wanted it to, and he got sick of it, man. You know, I think that's the best way to describe Obama's last term. Is he got sick of it? He said, "Fuck it, I can't get through to these people, and fuck it, it is what it is." Gary, do you guys really want Vance to take over? Like, I don't know, man. At least with Trump, you know where he's at. With Vance, you got to wonder where Peter Thiel's at. No, he's going to pull a Putin. That's what I think too, Travis. You have a 2 legs done after this. Yeah, I know what they have. It's just he does what he wants. If we haven't noticed that in this first year of this term, he does what he fucking wants. End of story. He didn't get it. He didn't get the memo that there's Congress and there's checks and balances and there's not ultimate power at the White House. You know what I mean? He didn't get that memo. There's a massive bunker being burned under the bar. Yeah, and I think, yes, I heard that too, Barbie. I think there already was a small bunker, but I think I heard he's making it a massive one. And FDR had 3 terms. Is that before they made that law? TRC? I'm not sure, but I know you're right that he had 3 terms. I've seen it on the documentaries, right? Reagan Obama already had his 3rd term in the basement. Terms are limited because of FDR. Okay, that's why. That makes sense. True. Dude, one good thing, he legalized it. He did, but he fucked it up, right? He could have legalized it so the little guys could come out of their basements and make a living at it, and he fucked it, so we can't. He did everything he did. He fucked it up. When he brought in the immigrants, we needed some workers. We needed the immigrants. Immigrants are good for the economy. And what he do? He didn't figure out how to count how many available fucking units and jobs there are compared to how many people you're bringing in. He just fucking said, "Come on, what the fuck's the matter with that guy?" Like that's the part that fuck. Every fucking idea that could have been done properly that would have benefited us, he fucking did it ass backwards so it didn't benefit nobody. Oh wait, where was it? Panama was almost close to getting smacked because they were letting China run it. Yeah. And China runs both ends of it. Something at both ends of it, don't they? The kind of the gatekeepers. I'm pretty sure I saw that being said somewhere. Trudeau is probably, yeah, I know, man. I know. I agree, Polyev. And you still see people to this day saying, Polyev should have been elected and blah, blah, blah. I still didn't see him have anything except for fucking complaints. It's okay to have complaints, but if you're going to be the one complaining all the time, then come up with a better solution. Then that at least makes the person a little more valid. You can just complain and say, well, this is fucked. Anyone can say that. You got to say, this is fucked, but if we tried this, maybe this will work. Now you're getting somewhere, right? Anyone can tell you something's fucked. Relax there, Lowell. Hope the Americans don't even know where Canada is. Factional Trump forced rescheduling. What was that about? That's what I think is going to happen. Trump will run again, and his son owns one of the world's biggest cryptocurrency out, and Trump will get their economy, his crypto. Yep. I think he's still going to try to do that this term, Craig. Canada, isn't it East? Yeah. Well, we're just going to turn off all the lights and tell Trump we're not home. They'll never know the fucking difference. Everyone's saying Greenland is next. I wouldn't be surprised if Greenland's next, and that'll be another fucking thing against. Because isn't this thing he did in Venezuela against some fucking world law thing? Or, some big fucking agreement that everyone in the world made up, a UN thing or something. DC is in Virginia. Okay, so that's how it goes. And DC is not a state. We have a saying, east is the least, west is the best. Durka, durka. They'll get your way. Actually, when I was out there, it was all Asian people. When I was out west, many people from Asia over there. Eh? He can't, won't run. You always forget it's against law. It would be insanely impossible. It'll never happen unless Vance mess up and he will be a walk-in. Yeah, fuck, bro. Him and laws, he doesn't seem to care that much about laws. You know, the ones that help him in his commentary he likes, but the ones he doesn't agree with, he doesn't necessarily follow them. They have admitted there was fraud in Georgia in 2020. And that I haven't seen anywhere that anyone admitted it yet. I think there was fraud in the last election in Pennsylvania, personally, but, you know, and there's a few people who said shit about it, but it doesn't get brought up too much. He's not going to leave quietly. Yeah, he won't leave. Remember last time he did leave and he wouldn't even fucking shake, what's his name, Biden's fucking hand, or do that photo with him, or there's supposed to be a thing where they spend a day together and they tell him what's, you know, this clause has got that, and, you know, whatever, right? He didn't do none of that shit. He packed up his shit, went out the backyard. Scotty Mid, good to see you. Thanks for dropping in the chat. Canadians should concentrate on their government, not America's government. Canadian government is destroying Canada. Wake up. Stop blaming America for your stupidity. Not my stupidity, bro. But anyways, I think we're doing that. We're doing that. But we can still have a conversation about what's going on in America when it's right fucking below us. You know what I mean? Doesn't mean we can't fucking think about two things at once. Wasn't necessary. He's got the largest chance. Want isn't necessary. Oh, want isn't necessary. I get it. Yeah. Obama is and was always an embarrassment. It was a joke. The president will I vote for that. I wish I could take back. I don't know. All the other shit I saw Obama do, I didn't. Whatever they did on the fucking news, I didn't see it like too much that was fucking bad or undermining to the country or nothing. American supports the President Trump 100%. Don't fuck with us. Okay, Scotty, I'm fucking worried about you, bud. Give me a break. Like, Trump needs approval for what he did. Almost every president, including Democrats, have done what he did. He didn't need approval for what he did. Well, a lot of the stuff, no, the bombing of Iran he needed approval for. A lot of the stuff he's done, he should have got approval for. And same with Venezuela, as far as I've understood it anyway. Carney will use this. Who's that? James Webbold. Good to meet you, bro. Carney will use this as an excuse next election. Trump, come to Canada, please. Jesus, you want him to come to Canada, bro? Wow. The Democrats think they control the executive branch. No, they don't. They don't control shit right now. Yeah, they've really fucking poisoned the well for you guys in the States, eh? If you're Republican, you fucking hate Democrats. And if you're Democrats, you fucking hate Republicans. That's a drag. It's not a way to run a country. You can dislike them, but fuck, you guys go off on each other and accuse each other of outrageous shit. It's not going to be. It's just not a smooth way to run anything. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't have to be on full on attack at each other all the time, does it? I don't think it does. Oh my, not this. We will take their water and hydro. That's what I think, bro. There's more up here than just oil. Yeah, having a war with no hydro and having a war they shut down the fucking pumps and stuff. They be a bummer, man. Hey, have a good night, Verona's boys. Thanks for popping in this evening. A pleasure to talk to you tonight. I think President Trump captured Hitler, folks will complain. DOJ indicted him and Mandorov. Right, they're not mad about the fact that that it's Mandorov. It's the fact that he doesn't fucking ever go through, Congress maybe might want to know who they're going to war with, etc. Right? Like, there's more people that get to make them decisions. They're not fucking sticking up for this Mondoro cat. They already decided they don't fucking like him. It's just fucking, you can't just storm out, and he does everything on the fucking weekend. It's obvious he's going to do something that he knows he probably shouldn't do it this way. He does it on the weekend. Like, he can't tell me that there's not a pattern. You know what I mean? Because there is one, man. There's absolutely a pattern. We ain't giving up our guns. Yeah, there's that too. That's the whole problem with the East. You don't get to learn about anything Pierre got. Yeah. And that's the problem. We don't know about Pierre. You're right. He's never done anything over here. But all I've ever heard him do in sound bites and clips and news is complain, right? So that's all I know of the guy. And everything he says, he just puts it a fucking gross twist on it. It's not like a real Canadian fucking way to say things or approach things. You know what I'm saying? Like when they started getting into dirty politics and gloves off and talk shit and spread rumors and make lies, then it made politics into just a shit show and all about fucking money, just like basically everything else is, just about money. You got a bunch of fucking backhanded guys that can buy you a bunch of ad time. They're your friends all of a sudden. Whether you liked them yesterday or not, they're your friends today because they're buying your ad time. When you got big pharmaceutical companies that can buy both sides of the fucking aisle, well, they poison the country. They let that happen. You know what I mean? It's just a bunch of shit. We do, Josh. We do send a lot of hydro that way. Oh, you worked on it. Good for you, man. How was that? That might have been a cool job. No, you can't have nothing without hydro, man. You're right. Was that a cool job? Were you a linesman up there? That'd be wild. Trump forced the rescheduling of weed from 1 to 3. Yeah, I know. I heard that. You got to run? Get better, Tommy. Good to see you, my brother. And hope to see you again, bro. Be good and be safe out there. Yeah. You feel? Yeah, I know. It's kind of a bummer because I just don't know the way that they've turned everything on its head, and they are more dependent on Canada than the administration would want them to think, in my opinion. You know, but we're very dependent on their money and their trade and stuff like that. It's the government against the people. That's the problem. No other way politics would work. 100%. That's why I joined the motorcycle club. Because of what you just said, Mom Iron Ranger. And I bet you all the people in the club you support say the same fucking thing. It's us against them, and them is the government. Never heard an active middle-class politician. Right. You either jump on board or you get booted out. Yep. And once you get popular, so say you're a regular dude, and you build up a good grassroots fucking base, and they really dig you. Then all of a sudden, the people with the money come and jam you up, and you're one of their people now. And then you see it all the fucking time, you know? But I've seen, and Gary, I've heard lots of people on the right say that, but that's the people on the right say that. The people on the left don't say that. And that's what I'm saying. Your country's, the well's been poisoned for both sides in your country that, you know what I mean? Like, I don't, and then, you know, obviously I'm more Democrat than I am Republican. We all know that. But I didn't see Obama doing anything that was divisive from what I recall on the news. Again, all I can go on is from the news. I don't live there. I never lived there. And then the news fucking always made it everything he sounded or he did or he tried. They made him sound fucking groovy, right? We don't want no one to so, yeah, that's it. South Korea. What's going on down there, bro? Is he going for South Korea too? He's got a North Korea. Yeah, North Korea. He likes the guy in North Korea though. Oh yeah. Kim Jong. Because he sends his hit team sisters after you, Kim Jong-un. Did you see that fucking one about what he did? I think it was one of his uncles. It was somebody high up there that he felt challenged by or threatened by. And his fucking sisters got him in another country. They poked him with something in the airport. I can never imagine Carney calling conservative scum. Exactly, right? You, that's not, it's not how Canadians do politics. You know, there might be a little, he's slow or he's not comprehending, but there's no scum. He's fucking scum. No, no, no. Go watch Jimmy Carter's funeral. No side hates the other. Exactly, Mom Iron Ranger. They only hate each other in the halls of Congress. That's the only place that they go against each other is in the fucking halls. And because somebody who's got their pocket tells them how to vote or what to say or how to think. Once they leave those halls of Congress, they're all fucking having beer together and having lunch together somewhere. They don't hate each other. They're all getting paid by the same fucking people. Montcalm in the New York subway rates, not free like you promised. Oh, the new guy. Fuck, he's only been mayor a couple days, hasn't he? Have to wait and see what he does in New York. I know everybody on the right's fucking up in arms about it. I don't really know because who knows? I don't live in New York and I've been there, cool city. But it's a big joint. I think it's another one of them places. It's going to run no matter who is the mayor. So I don't know why everyone got that excited about the mayoral race of one city. It's only one city, right? But he's got a lot of people bent out of shape, that's for sure. It's the fact he thinks he will run it. And people will sabotage everything Trump puts his eyes on. Yeah, and he's fallen victim to the donor class now, right? The donors are more in his pocket. And it's becoming less of his ideas and more ideas that everyone just keeps popping into his head, and they keep saying it enough. And he's older, and Virginia Tech, D.C. President Monroe was shot. Oh wow! During the Revolution, crossing Delaware, he kept a bullet inside him for the rest of his life. That's a pretty cool piece of history, Craig. All those three of those same presidents died on July 4th? Huh. That's pretty weird, man. That's a fucking weird one. You, as in USA, clean up the globe. Well, that's the other thing. 81 was happy because Trump called them patriots. Yeah, but he's in the same breath. He's saying that somebody is in the government is saying that motorcycle clubs are becoming terrorist organizations. Or at the very least, criminal organizations with a strong branding of such, right? So I guess we still gotta wait and see what happens with motorcycle clubs, right? That could be a thing. Turbines, yeah, he fucking hates turbines, doesn't he? He talks to turbines. They need to get the Suicide Squad out. Yeah, they gotta do something. You did Halos. Wow, eh? A Somali fraudster from Ohio was elected to the president of the UN. Yeah, what happened with it with the Somalis that made everybody on the right go crazy on Somalis now? I thought it was where that guy who ran for VP. I thought it was in his spot. And everybody went nuts. We can make our own maple syrup. It's okay, Gary. I don't sell maple syrup. Won't affect me at all, bro. What kind of tree? Obama was too high to do any good or any damage. That's what I thought, too. I don't think he did any damage, but who knows, right? Again, all I got to go on for that's part of American politics is what was on the news. At least now you can watch a few different things on YouTube and kind of This guy's saying that on the left, that guy's saying that on the right, and kind of poke it down the middle if you can, right? A lot of people don't like Carney, but he took the bull by the horns. Yeah, I got no problem with Carney. Again, I'm not in love with him. I'm not going to say he was the best thing that happened to Canada, but he was the best choice that we had at the time. And that's the other thing about politics. We only get to choose what we get to choose from, right? Yeah, we're polite dudes. Except for hockey and bikers. The bikers up here ain't that, Warland, leave Big Mike alone. Hey, Doug, how are you, bro? Good to see you, man. I think the Venezuela will sabotage anything Trump puts Zion in their country. Yeah. So it sounded last night that when they were asking him who, he said something, we're going to run the country. On one clip I saw, and then another clip I saw, they asked him if he was going to install that chick who lost the last election in Venezuela and said that she won. And she dedicated her Nobel Peace Prize to him and all that. And he didn't say yes to installing her. And I think she thought Americans were going to come throw him and this guy and his people, his other politicians, and install her and her party. And he didn't say that. He said that we still got a VP here. And I think he said someone from the army too. So I think the VP and the army guy got some money together and shoved it somewhere. And he's not even changing the whole power structure of the country. He's just taking that one dude out because that's what he decided to do. I don't know. I don't understand. I thought it was an organization with criminals in it. Exactly. No, girl. Obama went into Pakistan to get bin Laden, an independent country. I'm telling you, Trump could get Hitler and they would complain. They would leak the plans. Well, I think, like I say, the way it goes down with American politics is it doesn't fucking matter. They poison the well. So anything that the right does, whether it's good or bad or indifferent, the left's going to complain about it. Anything the left does, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, the right's going to complain about it. And that's the state that they've taken politics to, from what I see in that country. Yeah, it's funny, limestone. But it's needed. Limestone's needed to make all the concrete, right? But there's lots of quarries up here, Gary, yeah. Good night, Craig. You stay safe too, brother, and stay warm. We'll see you again soon, brother. Big Mike, yeah. Wonder where the fuck that rumor came from, eh? And they keep saying it. I think it's fucking funny. You want to see old Josh? You got that 100 right, bro. Yeah, because stealing tankers. What do you do with that third tanker? Because there's a third one, and they painted a Russian flag on it and said, no, you can't take us because now we're Russian. Like, what the fuck, man? They couldn't write this shit into a movie, man. Those are fishing boats. Exactly, man. Cocaine bait. Yeah, you know that, bro. That was a whole fucking thing. They don't send fucking coke on fast boats anymore. It goes into a container onto the fucking ship. Comes into the fucking yard just like every other fucking... And somebody had the yards paid for it on this end and somebody had the fucking things paid for it that end. End of fucking story. They don't need to fucking put things on a fast boat and hope that the Coast Guard don't get them. They don't need to. Or they stick it on one of their big jets that they bought. They got an Air Force, a big not little planes anymore. Now they're buying big fucking planes. They don't need those little fucking boats. That was 20 years ago. That's why they hated guys like Shorty and all that, because they thought big, right? They're like, fuck, we don't need no little boat. And they buy an old retired fucking Air Force fucking thing, right? They just got to buy it from another country. Carney, good to see you tonight, bro. Thanks for popping in on us, my friend. Hope you're doing well. And if I didn't say so earlier, Happy New Year, and I hope you had a great Christmas and everything with your family, bro. You ever seen the shark ever eats a bit on that? That would be fucking wacky to see. And I bet you anything no grow it happens. Like I'm assuming you've probably seen a video or something. Bush went to Iraq without approval. Yeah, but what did Bush do? Bush fucking at least talked about it for all them months, eh? He really remember all the fucking they had everybody fucking saying weird shit. Well, that's what I thought too, because that's the influence that I always thought was going to get into Central America because of Cuba, right? I always thought that Russia would be the country with the influence in those places and would end up setting up public governments and all that stuff. And he likes oil too. Just because they make their own oil, just like America, doesn't mean they don't want more, because oil is always money, so it doesn't matter. Obama was it. He announced his run from office in the living room of living of Bill Ayers, a domestic terrorist who's blowing up federal buildings. Huh. See? All that stuff I would have never known. I've heard the name Bill Ayers before. Putin told Trump to keep his hands off the tanker. He did, eh? So, I thought that was fucking funny, man. I think that was really funny. So during the 2008 U.S. presidential election, controversy broke out regarding Barack Obama's relationship with Bill Ayers, a professor at the University of Illinois Chicago and a former leader of the Weather Underground, a radical left organization in the 70s. Investigations by CNN, New York Times, and other news organizations concluded that Obama did not have a close relationship with Ayers. Ayers and his wife hosted a gathering at their home in 1995 where Alice Palmer introduced Obama as her chosen successor in the state Senate. So that's where that story came from, bro. So this is the story according to Wikipedia, and somehow it's been changed to he announced his presidency from there. So this and see, and I don't even know if Wikipedia is telling the truth. This is the problem with the internet anymore. So allegedly, it's a couple news organizations did some fucking looking into that Bill Ayers story, and then they blame some other broad for having a gathering in this home of these Ayers people, and then that's where they announced he was going to run for the Senate. So nothing about he announced his presidency there, but see, and that's what happens. And again, I don't even know if Wikipedia is telling us the truth. They oh yeah, I know that you said he announced his run, so you didn't say his presidential run. That's right. Yeah, that's a different story. So you never said presidential run anyway. Just said he was running. What happened in the War Brother? I never heard the end game. Oh, as far as I know, Skinny's out. Somebody sent me a message. They said Skinny's out. And I think somebody else sent me a message saying he had some medical things and he's in a wheelchair now, which is a drag, man. Go from being a biker to being in a wheelchair. So my heart goes out to the wards, but he's out and he's alive and he's doing his thing, and he still goes to some motorcycle functions down in the Niagara area. So I'd like to, if I can next summer, see if I can bump into him somewhere. That'd be really cool. Like I say, I got no ill will towards the man. He made his choice, and his brother made the other choice, and that's how it turned out, right? I guess his brother's still around doing his thing too. But if you look up shit, these two, right, exactly, right. And now they got the ones that can actually go underwater. The subs used to be, so they had to stay right kind of close to the surface. But I think that now they finally built some like ones that can dive, right? So all this shit. Trump was talking about Cuba. I did hear him talk about Cuba, Grant. Yeah, and that's one of his things. When he says something's failing, that's when you know that there's a good chance of a military action against that country. when he says there's a few key words that you got to listen for him when he's talking about something, right? The failing this, the failing that, right? I got a big black and tan, long-haired shepherd, Belgian shepherd. Those are the smart ones. 120 pound, name. He's a beast. So I'll let you know. Give me a hard time. There you go. Easy, fucking right. I had my Roddy. I used to take my Rottweiler on debt collections. He was such a good dog. I'd say, let's go get some money, bro. He'd get in my car. We'd jump in the Lincoln. Away we go. He was so much fun. I started reading The Last Kilo by T.J. English. I finished 33 Strategies of War by Robert Greene. Good for you, TRC. I used to read so much, man. There's nothing bad to be said about reading, and reading books that make you smarter, even better, man. Anyone got a sidecar I can mount on the street glide? I can look into one for you, no, grow. I'll ask the same guy I got to go see. What did somebody ask me for the other day? A shovel pan motor. Same guy I got to ask for that. I spent a ton of money in Central America in the 70s and 80s. Yeah, I thought they did, Gary. Back when they were having their heyday, right? Putin choked up punk. Fucking with his oil, yeah. I really thought that most of Central America, well, I guess dictatorship, communist country, potato, maybe, right? You know, if it's one guy seizing power and that's it, and there's no more elections, then, you may as well just call it what you want to call it. I don't think they're tight. I think Putin's got something on Donnie. Hey, Mike, good to see you, bro. How's your Sunday going, my friend? Putin, KGB thug. He was so. He still got the deadest eyes of any fucking politician I ever seen, man. He's got them dead ones. Oh, so that is written by liars. Is it Whirling? So where do we go anymore then? Because, you know what I mean? Anyone can write whatever the fuck they want anymore. And post it up, and that's it. It's hard to figure out where to go for a little bit of facts. Oh, I like that. I like that one guy who does the professor of rock or something like that. He calls himself, and he talks about obscure songs and that. I like that guy. Wiki is fake, eh? That's a bummer. It's hard to fix shit about Ozzy. Yeah. What did Ozzy end up saying? He gave some blasts to some politicians as he got old. Who's that? That was that Bill Ayers guy, Doug. I was just hating here. Hate to hear that. What's that, Scrap? Did you see Red Rider's video for Panhead? Well, I might have. No, I don't think I've seen her on a pan. I think I seen her when she bought the pan. I don't watch all of her videos. What do you think if they tried to take Canada? But I don't know, bro. That's a fucking weird question. Like, I honestly think that Europe would come over and help us, right? Germany, France, England, whatever. I think the UN would pack up their boats and come on over here and say, no, fuck off. Because to be honest with you, they don't have to take over much of Canada to really get to our power, right? They can roll it from Detroit and fucking Niagara Falls, New York, and take our leadership out, boom, like that, and then slide in Alberta and get the keys off Daniela for the oil fields, and it'd be done. It could be done in a day. With the Armada off the coast down there, subs ain't getting through. So like you say, Gary, they just put them in a container. And with a container of whatever, the shit's going to come. Oh, the wheelchair. Oh, that was somebody sent me a comment, I think maybe in TikTok or maybe on YouTube. And they said that Skinny's still around. And that he's in a wheelchair now. So yeah, which is a bummer, man. And if it's true, I don't know. You know what I mean? Just somebody sent that to me in a message. I think they were kind of giving me shit, thinking I thought I was mad or talking shit about Skinny. That wasn't the way I meant the show to sound. It was just given what I knew of the story, right? Thanks, Grant. See you tomorrow, brother. We'll see you soon. Hey, Bobby, good to see you. Trump did the right thing. Excuse me, laughing nuts. Yeah, but that's just basing out of left and right, bro. You know what I mean? Hey, Bruce, how are you, man? Good to see you. I saw Canada was in the semis today, yeah? It's Easy Original Gangster. That is a nice one. He liked collecting the hound. And what were we talking about? Oh, that collecting with a Rottweiler. Yeah. Yeah, get the guy to come outside for a talk and have the dog standing beside you off leash, and he just stands there. He doesn't go anywhere. It intimidates some people. I know, I would love a sidecar for my dog. All my dogs are getting old, but it doesn't mean that my one dog, man, I can walk him off leash all through the city. He doesn't go anywhere, man. He's a good boy. I'd love to throw him in a sidecar. Did they just prove that there was an SF cartel running out of Fort Bragg? Hey, Edge, how are you, man? Good to see you tonight. Isn't that wild, eh? They do say that there's gangs in these. See, and I don't understand how big these military bases must be, eh? That they're big enough to fucking to get like gangs in them and shit. Because I've seen them busting up other gangs too. That's wild, eh? Go to Grok, you think? I could try Grok. Canada has a lot of its own people. Fuck yeah. After what happened during the protests in Canada. I don't think a takeover would be like the easiest thing in the world, but if they were meaning it and they wanted it, I think they could do it in a day. The problem is they're fucking Air Force bombing the snot out of you, right? They got lots of planes and lots of bombs in America. Unfortunately. And we've seen them carpet bomb other countries, man. They just pull the fuck out of everything, man. Done in a day. I hate that statement. It's true. I think so. Like, I'm not putting our army down. I'm just saying what I think theirs is capable of. Canada has more support right now than ever in history. We do globally and everything. We absolutely do. We got rid of our fucking fall down, dress up fucking prime minister. Put a guy in there that's about business. Whether you agree with him or not, he's about business. And, we're not talking like a bunch of weirdos. U.S. more likely to break off Australia than Canada. Huh. Why would they got in Australia? They got to have something that they want for America to go, right? And I'm not talking America as their citizens and the people in the chat. I'm talking about whoever happens to be running the country, which is the donors, right? Well, that's true because they could shut them down, like hydro and power wise, before they even got up to the border. You're right about that. I'm just thinking, yeah, we got the RCMP. I know, I've fucking felt their fucking thing. Grok, eh? I'm weird to fucking hear the stories about Grok, that it's poisoning the people of, where is it, Nashville? Is it around Nashville or something? Yeah, we're spread out. But see, all of our power's in one spot, right? That's the problem. I'm not talking about taking over the country physically. I mean about blasting our power. They can blast that boom from airstrikes, right? That's the whole problem. And then, yeah, they wouldn't be able to come and, like, put guns to all of our heads and tell us we're American now in a day. I don't mean that. I mean like knock out our not our power as in hydro and stuff. Our power as in the people that are supposed to run shit. That's what I'm talking about. Take the cash and do the dash. We can always do that. We'll just hide in the woods for a fucking while, man. Yeah, we got jets too. I know we do. They have the world records for shit guns. Yeah, but they still got all them fucking guns. That's the problem. Oh yeah, they'll go on to lock up some bank accounts and shit, bro. But even that didn't happen right away either, right? It happened, but it happened after some warnings, and it didn't happen right away. And those truckers would have been fucking fine if they had to shut their fucking horns off, because it was actually the people who lived in the city who said, all right, that's fucking enough. We haven't slept till they started honking their horns. And they honked them all night, every night. If they hadn't fucking got off that, I bet you they would have been able to stay there. They weren't doing anything. They fucked up you'd be pissed off if you lived there and you had to work down there. But you know what I mean? So the roads got fucked up. It was the noise. I think it was the noise. Because new generations were within their new CSA. That's what I think. I think you'd have a better chance against the Americans if you could get at them through cyber, fuck up their systems that way with a hack and cyber bombs and shit. That's what I think would happen. Your joint task force too, which is no casualties, no world record. Yeah, that's true. I think that's true, isn't it? The sniper thing. And then I never put down our military. I just wish that they had more equipment. That's all. I just wish they had more equipment. Give them all the fucking fancy, cool stuff. Because our warriors are fierce. And anyone who's ever been to war and there's been a Canadian contingency there, I'll say that. Oh, it's okay for Palestinian protesters to light fireworks off and block roads. And that shit pisses me off too, bro. I'm not saying it's okay for that. That's the thing. If you say one thing's no good, it's not saying that the other thing is good. That's weird that they taught everyone to think that way, eh? You know what I mean? Polish grammar, the best. I don't speak Polish, bro. But yeah, I don't like that shit either. No, the fireworks. I fucking hate all those fireworks celebrations that the people from other places are doing now. They're all over the places. I got dogs, right? My dogs don't like it. Sure, you'd be pissed off. Same time, they were trying to force some sort of change. Yeah, but do you think that they got that change, Nomadic? I don't think they did. I'm all for people who protest, but why does a protester right to protest stop me? Exactly, right? That's what I'm saying. And those horns all night, I would have fucking went down there and slapped on them truckers. Probably got beat up by 12, but fuck off. You gotta let people sleep. You gotta let people, like Barbie just said, have their regular life how they always do. You can make a point without it. I used to like the way that the indigenous protests were when they shut down a fucking big old highway or a big old train line or something like that. You know what I mean? That gets people's attention. And the only reason that they went, that was another. See, that's the thing that always makes me laugh when they talk about the trucker fucking thing, is the people on the right are mad that the left, because they were in power, shut down the trucker thing. The right was in power in America at that time, and they told Trudeau to shut it down because they started blocking the border in Alberta and they blocked up the Windsor Bridge. When they set up the Windsor Bridge, the American government, whoever it was, said, you guys got to shut this down because now it's fucking up our commerce. And that's why it got shut down, because the people on the right in America told us to shut it down, and he did as he was told because, that's basically the way it rolls. And it's the people on the right who are the most mad about it. Well, you're the guys who said to do it. You just have to look back a few more levels than just fucking it was that and I don't like it and so it was left did it. No, that's not really how it went, though. President Trump is Ayatollah of rock and roll. That's it, bro. Oh, it's Craig. It's Ted Nugent. They use drones to do any dirty work, guns or not. Yeah, they do. I can't believe all the drones up, eh? I've talked to Tommy about drones. BBB12333, how are you? Thanks for popping in tonight. Same thing, try shutting down the major highway and blocking people from getting work. People will be crying as well. Yeah, they would. They would. Those ones usually get tore apart pretty quick, don't they? The big train line ones get tore apart pretty quick too, but it gets their attention. The thing about taking up a place and staying there for a fucking month and a half and building a fucking cooking lodge and a sleep. That, that didn't really accomplish anything. Wonder how many truckers lost their trucks after that from not making their payments and stuff. You know what I mean? Because there's always shit on the other end that we don't hear about. Scrap Iron Nugent is a cat scratch Keever. Fucking right he is. He's a weirdo. Ted turned into a weirdo over the years, didn't he? He's a funny fucker. Biden was in office during the Canadian trucker strike. You sure? I don't think he was. I think it was Trump's first term. If USA took Canada, it would have a new war within its country for generations. Yeah, I think you're right about that. Like a resistance force. I think you're right about that. 100%. Jam is supposed to be coming back to invest a shitload of cash in Ontario. That'd be good. And thanks, Timothy Rex, for popping in. That'd be really good. We need to start getting our manufacturing jobs back. We really do. You know what I mean? We got tons of talented people in this country. And, the one in Ingersoll, and then they did all these changes and took the Equinox out of there, which I think is a piece of shit car anyway. But anyways, it sold. And then they made them switch over this fucking electric van, delivery van. And then they didn't even make like Canada Post or fucking Purelator or whoever the fuck drops off Amazon. They didn't make them guys buy them. So what the fuck did you make the other guys make them for if you got no one to sell them to? And now they're going to shut down the whole fucking plant. It's only it's only 400 or 500, but that's a lot of fucking people. It's a small community, right? Much more fucking people not without something to do. It was Biden, eh? Okay. Well, whoever it was, he came from the States. I know that. He's never done drugs or weed, Ted. Yeah, how could he never do any? Maybe someone spiked him. 2022, was it? Okay. They used COVID to cover everything up. Well, they used COVID to fuck up our whole world's economy, didn't they? They reset us. We were on a bull run. Canada was on fire. America was on fire. Everyone was fucking working, making good money, blah, blah, blah. They fucking hit us with COVID and shut it all down and stopped everything in its fucking tracks. That's the bigger story on COVID. It was somebody else from the other side of the world. Let's think about where COVID came from for a minute. And they fucking shut us down, man. Is Chrysler still doing good in Windsor, bro? That's good to hear. I thought they were getting pulled out of there, too. Hey, Alex, good to see you. Good to see you tonight, bro. But yeah, so there you go. That was a good discussion, everybody. I thank you guys for coming in and talking about that. I think that the government in Canada should at least be keeping their eyes open and their ears open and whatever, right? We're a sovereign country. Again, it's kind of a bummer. It splits you in half because it'd be so much fun to be able to travel through and, go set up a business and a new life in Florida or wherever the fuck, you know what I mean? And all that. But I don't want them to come and break our country in half or come and take us forcefully. Ain't no way. It can't go down that way. Saw Freddie Mercury with Queen. That'd be a fucking cool show, man. Whew. On acid. That'd be a fucking wild show on acid. I would have just been happy to see Freddie and Queen, man. You got that right, Edge. They shut us down, bro. They shut us down. Oh, really, eh? Well, if they retooled for a new motor, then they're not going anywhere. Chargers, Challengers, yeah. Good. And those cars are still selling. Thanks, Barbie. We always enjoy having you because at least like you, No Grow, and people like that, I can get a sense of what's going on in your end of the country, right? And how you guys feel about things. Thank you, TRC. Much love. We'll see you tomorrow. And good change is always a good thing, Scrap Iron. 100%. Good change is always a good thing. I hate stagnating. And I hate watching our country stagnate too. You know what I mean? We need some good change. Be nice to work together and get things fucking moving forward instead of being bitchy about everything and stagnating, you know? It's an EV or twin turbo. That'd be nice. Ford dumped EV to pickup. I heard that the Ford canceled the Lightning, didn't they? Or they're going to come back with a new EV pickup, I heard. The Lightning didn't work out for them. And yeah, we got to, the last thing I say before I sign off, we got to be realistic into the fact that if the car companies are going with electric vehicles, it's coming. So there's no stopping it now. If the car companies have retooled and said, this is what we're going to sell, and the change is going to be approximately here, and maybe there'll still be some gas and diesel versions of different things, but most vehicles are going to be electric, we're going to have no choice because that's going to be the only thing to fucking buy. I don't think it'll be in our lifetime, but, it's coming, right? It's coming. China was controlling the entry and the exit. Exactly. Yeah, I thought so. Oh, okay. So he was the one that said, get them guys on out of there. We do need to stand tall, Alex. 100%. Woo, 550 horse. That's a fucking lot out of V6, eh? Of course, twin turbos. That's why Harleys are awesome. There's a new adventure every time you get on. I can't wait. Me too, bro. I can't wait, man. I got to get at it. I'm a Marine Corps veteran. I was Panama and Grenada during the invasions. Yep. Was getting out the first Desert Storm. Marine Corps held up my discharge and I found out it was air war. Oh, wow, eh? Isn't that interesting? Yeah, we'll keep doing it, bro. My Fleet Ford F-250. I don't mind those trucks. My brother's got a diesel F-250. It's a good truck. Got stop procrastinating. Yeah, me too. I'm a procrastinator too, Doug. Bad. BNC is no sense stepping your plan for the Empire of Bob. Yeah. I can't even fucking get my life organized. Never mind an empire. It's a fact, gas on the way out, man. 2035. It might be near the end of my lifetime, but fuck, man. Came up with a 3.5 twin turbo, 5550 horsepower. What? You gotta have one too many fives in there. Dodge canceled their electric Charger because it was a flop. Oh, 350. Okay, 330. I get you, bro. Have a good night, my brother. Thanks for popping in, Josh. Good to see you tonight, man. Yep, the Empire of Bob. Does Venezuela have? They might, right? They might. That's the other big thing that's going to be worth tons of money. Lithium and cobalt, right? Got a 1-ton long box Dodge dually, yeah. Fuck yeah. You throw a fucking rattler on there and get to work pulling people out of the old ditch, brother. Those fucking dualies, they'll go anywhere. Fort Lauderdale, Florida, November during the election. That would have been crazy time, especially in Florida. They think their elections are crazy down there. Thank you, Scrap. I'm going to sign off too, brother. All right, guys. That was a great discussion. I appreciate everyone coming on and getting involved. It's what we do here. No bad times. No taking it personal. It just is what it is. I don't take any of it personal too much. Unless they come at me, call me an idiot, whatever. A lot of things. Dummy's not one of them. So till tomorrow, guys. Be warm, be safe. Much love. And we'll see you all again tomorrow. Good night.
Biker News Canada, where the truth hits harder than the highway wind. From Ontario to the coast, Bob Javi rolls in. Let the real news begin. He's got the camera ready, catching sparks from every ride. Club stories, charity runs, every heartbeat of the biker tribe. So smash that like, share, follow, let the whole country feel the roar. Turn it up, pass it on, kick that algorithm's door. This is brotherhood on wheels, every patch, every mile, every song. Biker News Canada, where the hard riders always been. belong.